This video provides an overview for my lesson plan, Going Fishing in the Classroom, which is intended for 4th grade students. This lesson will introduce students to the concept of natural resource scarcity by simulating an overfishing scenario. The students will then compare their experience with overfishing to real-world data, which mirrors what happened in their classroom. First, a little bit about me. My name is Shoup, and I'm a second-year MA student at the Virginia Institute of Marine Science. My work focuses primarily at the intersection of offshore wind and fisheries. This lesson is centered around an activity that allows students to act as both recreational and commercial fishermen, competing to see who can be the best fisherman in the class. Following a brief introduction to the differences between commercial and recreational fishermen, the students will dive into the activity. To begin, 100 of these Atlantic cod cutouts will be scattered around the classroom. Some of the fish will be easy to find, while others may be hidden and take longer to find. Over the course of 4 rounds, the students will catch as many fish as they can, as fast as they can. Inevitably, this will result in the fish stock being totally depleted, at which point the activity ends. Students will keep track of the fish they catch, as well as which role they were playing on their individual fish count sheet. As the activity goes on, the students will be able to see that they catch fewer and fewer fish each round. Following the activity, the students will evaluate real-world data to draw comparisons between what happened in the classroom and what happened in the real world. They'll be looking at NOAA data that displays the rapid decline in Atlantic cod catch through the 1970s and 80s. Long story short, if fishermen are allowed to take as many fish as they want, as fast as they want, the population as a whole is likely to crash. Students will then evaluate the Atlantic sea scallop fishery. Through management actions, the biomass of the scallop fishery has increased over time. Students will discuss the differences between these 2 scenarios. At the end of the lesson, each student will fill out an exit ticket, which asks them to identify the differences between commercial and recreational fishermen, as well as 2 things they learned during the day's lesson. Students will hopefully walk away from this lesson with an understanding that taking as many fish as they can is very different than taking as many fish as they need. This lesson serves as the baseline for a discussion on the tragedy of the commons. Teachers may choose to integrate things like ecosystem level implications of overfishing, how this lesson translates to other natural resources, and so on. Thank you and enjoy.